Hello, mathematicians. I would like to talk to you today about our new unit, and that is capacity. And capacity is a word that means how much, usually liquid, how much liquid a container can hold. So we have already talked about kilograms and grams and pounds and ounces, and that has to do with how heavy something is and um, how much something can hold, but usually capacity has to do with liquids. So if you're wondering, well, what's the difference? Well, capacity, sometimes also called volume, is just a fancy word that means how much something can hold. And usually we're talking about liquids. So I have some little notes for us here. So again, capacity, how much liquid a container can hold. And capacity is also sometimes called volume. So someone might say, well, what's the volume of that container? What's the capacity of that container? And it means how much stuff can you fit in it? And usually we're talking about liquid with capacity. So today we're going to talk about the unit of liters. So a liter is a way that we measure capacity. And sometimes we abbreviate 1 liter with this kind of cursive L. It sort of looks like a little it almost kind of looks like a little cursive E also, but it is a cursive L. So when you see this in your workbook or in your book, or perhaps on a container, how we write that is we write a 1 and then it looks kind of like that. So that is just a fancy way of writing a liter. You might also see it as just a capital L. So if you see something that says 1 and a capital L, that means liter. I wanted to mention that there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter, because as I was looking at some of the containers around my house, and I'm going to show you, I noticed a lot of them said ml, and that means milliliters. So similar to how we have 1,000 grams in a kilogram, we have 1,000 milliliters in a liter. So I wanted to show you a few things. Let's see, in our textbook, there are a few activities for us. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of talking about, let's see, the capacity of some containers. And it says the jug holds more water than the bottle. And you can see they've kind of filled the jug up. And then they tried to pour the jug into the bottle and they still had a bunch of water left. So we know that the jug has a larger capacity than the bottle. And the bottle holds less water than the jug, because you can fill up the water bottle and pour it into the jug, and then you still have some empty space after you've poured it in there. All right, so we're comparing a few things here. It says, how many glasses of water does each container hold? So you can think about, well, the jug seems to hold, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 glasses of water up here. And then we have the water bottle. Oops. And the water bottle is able to hold 3 glasses. And it says the bottle, which container holds the most water? And so that would be up here. That would be the jug, because it can hold 5 cups. And then the least water, well, that would be that little tiny cup there. That little cup does not hold much liquid. All right, and then, they're kind of introducing us to liters. And it says, let me do this here. It says, get a 1 liter beaker and find out how much 1 liter of water is. Now, you might not have a 1 liter beaker at your house, but you might have something that has a liter on it. And here they're showing us, if you had this kind of a container, and you'll notice it says half. So it would be half a liter. And then at the top, there's that 1 and that cursive L. We write L for liter. So that is what that is. And then they're kind of asking you, go find some paper cups and see how many paper cups you can fill up with a liter of water. So what I did I found a container at my house. So the one good thing about us being at home is you might have some stuff around your house that you wouldn't necessarily have at school. So that's kind of neat, kind of one positive of being at home. So I found a container that we sometimes put liquids in, especially in the summertime. We'll make like iced tea or lemonade and put them in this container. And I found some little labels on the container. They're kind of hard to see, but I wonder if you can see this right there. We can sort of see it. It says 1, and then there's a capital L. I know that's kind of hard to see. It says 1L, and that is 1 liter. And so I filled up this container to 1 liter. And then up here at the top, maybe you can see that, it says 2L. See that? 2 liters. So if I filled this all the way up to the top, this would be 2 liters. But today, I just want to practice 1 liter. So if you could find something in your house, you could ask your parents, maybe in your kitchen, you might have some kind of a container like this that has a liter marking on it. If it doesn't, 1 liter is very, very close to another unit of measurement that we're going to talk about tomorrow, and that is called a quart. And I'll show you that because if I turn my container around, so on one side it has liters, and on the other side it has quarts. And we're going to talk about quarts tomorrow, but maybe I can zoom in on this. Can you see that there? Where is it? It's very hard to see in this light. All right, well, right there it says 1 QT, and that means quart. Oh, I saw it there for a second. All right, well, so if you don't have a liter, you could ask your parents, do we have anything that has a quart on it? Because a liter and a quart are almost the same. They're very similar. Okay, so here's a liter. So what you might want to do around your house is if you have some little cups, I have kind of some paper cups here, you could fill them up and see how many cups you could fill with a liter of water. So maybe we could do a quick little experiment right now. So let's see if this is a liter of water. You can kind of tell, I'll hold it up so you can see, about how tall Miss Taylor is. It's kind of, I don't know if that helps, but maybe we can, I can show you this side. It's not a very wide container. Why don't we make a prediction? So this is a liter of water. How many cups, and I have more upstairs, I'm gonna have to run upstairs. How many cups do you think will fill? And I can do this very carefully because I'm right near my computer and I don't want to spill liquids on my computer here, but we can try it. Okay, I will be careful. So you have your prediction? I think it's going to be more than 1 cup. Okay, ready? So 1. Don't spill, Miss Taylor, don't spill it. Whoop, that was really close up with my hand. I was trying to get the water in. Okay, we got 1. And I'm filling them up to the very top. 2. 3. Ooh, I don't have too much left. Ooh, look at that. It is almost exactly 4 cups to fill up a liter. So I have our 4 cups here. I'll show you. There's our 4 cups, and they're almost filled to the very top. So 4 cups of these little kind of paper cups make a liter. All right, so 4 of these cups make a liter. A couple other things I wanted to mention. Let's see. There is a little activity in your textbook that you could do if you wanted, if you found, it's kind of like finding one of these, like a liter, and then seeing what you can fill up in some different containers. So like we did with the cups, and then you could find some other containers that you have around your house, maybe some bigger bowls or bottles or something like that. But what I did want to show you is some things that I have around my house that I think it'd be fun for you to go on, like maybe you can go on like a little liter or milliliter hunt, and that would be fun. I'm going to pour these back. 1. Let's see if we had 4 cups. 1, 2. Oh, it's like a science experiment. Oh, we should have done that hypothesis. What I think the answer might be. So we made a hypothesis about how much liquid 1 liter is and how many cups it would fill up. Were you correct in your hypothesis, your prediction? So it held about 4 of these cups. Okay, it was a liter. But I wanted to show you around your house. This is kind of fun to do, is to look around your house for liters and milliliters. So there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter. And a couple things I found that were about a liter. So we know Miss Taylor loves coffee. This is my coffee creamer. And at the bottom, it doesn't say liter, but it does say 946 milliliters, ml. So this is very close to 1,000. Let's see, it's about how many? 54, is that right? 54 more milliliters, and this would be 1,000 milliliters, which would be a liter. So kind of interesting to think about. This shape of a bottle has the same capacity as this bottle. So they have different shapes, but the same capacity. So if I kind of line them up together, you can see this one's about much taller, but this one is wider. So kind of interesting how they can have this similar capacity, but different shapes. Another thing I found around my house is this cleaner. And you probably don't want to use this unless you get you don't want to use it. You don't want to kind of touch it unless you get your parents' permission, because some of these have chemicals that are not very good for us. This is kind of a, it's a shower tub and tile cleaner. And you can tell Miss Taylor needs to clean her bathroom more because I didn't even know what it was. Okay, so this one, you can see it has 1.18 liters. So this one is almost a liter also. So this is a liter. This is a liter, different shape. This one's wider, but it's thinner than this one. Okay, and let's see, I think that was it for all the ones that I had that were a liter. Something I found that's more than a liter is my orange juice. And so you can see the orange juice down there, 1.53 liters. So this is about 1.5 liters orange juice. And maybe right now it would be about a liter because we already drank a bunch of it. So here's another liter. So we have orange juice. Oh, 1.5 liters. Sorry, this is, if it were to the top, this would be 1.5 liters. Okay, we know our water is 1 liter. If I filled it up to the top though, 2 liters. Cleaning solution, it's about 1 liter. Creamer for coffee, would be about 1 liter. Some other things I found around my house that are less than 1 liter. I found some lotion, and this lotion is about 532 milliliters. So this is about half a liter. So if I had 2 of these, that would be 1 liter. Excuse me. I've got some soy sauce here. And our soy sauce, I think this is also about half a liter, 444 milliliters. And again, 1,000 milliliters is a liter. So this is pretty close to 500 milliliters. So pretty close to half a liter. This would be half a liter. Another one I have is some dish soap. This one is also about half of a liter. You can see there 473 milliliters, about half a liter. So I had 2 of those. This one's a little bit smaller, some balsamic vinegar. Roasted some veggies the other day, put a little balsamic on there. Delicioso. All right, this one's only 250 milliliters. So how many of these would I need, to make a liter? 250 plus 250, that'd be 500. Another 250 would be 750. Another 250 would be 1,000. So 4 of these would be a liter. These are it's pretty small, kind of a bottle there. Speaking of some smaller items, I have some little essential oils, some tea tree oil. And this one, it's only 59 milliliters. This is a teeny tiny one. Oh, I forgot to mention, so milliliters, you would often use milliliters when you're measuring very small amounts of liquid. I know some of these larger ones have milliliters on it, but if you were doing some like essential oil or some medicine, if you look in your medicine cabinet, and again, ask your parents first, you will probably see some medicine that has milliliters on it. I have some little oils that are kind of tiny. And this one, ooh, this one's only, can you read that? 5 milliliters. So that's kind of neat. So milliliters we would use for like pretty small amounts of liquid. This one is also, this one is 15 milliliters. Okay, one more thing. I found some soda, some tonic water. It's kind of like a little soda. And this one, 295 milliliters. So what I would challenge you to do today is to look around your house for some liters, and then try to see if you can see the different shapes of some different containers, and how it's kind of neat how all these different containers can have a similar capacity. So even though they are different shape, they can often hold the same capacity. So that is a little bit about liters for today. So again, we are learning about capacity. That means how much liquid a container can hold. 1 liter is often written with a cursive L, but I did notice in quite a few of these containers, it can also be just with a capital L. And 1,000 milliliters is the same as 1 liter. And then tomorrow, we will learn about another kind of measurement, a different unit of measurement with gallons, quarts, pints, and cups. All right, so today, capacity. Have a great day, mathematicians.